What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Kymmy Coco, and you are listening to or watching Connecting the Dots podcast. And we've got a lot to talk about today. And we have a special guest who is co-hosting with me today. He is a rapper, he's a singer, he's a dad, he's a teacher. So we are going to tap into some of his opinions on the current events that have been going on the last week or so. And
That's
his
right.
name is Jacoby,
Yes.
better known as Jacoby X.
Yes, ma'am.
Better known as Kaysen's dad.
You already know.
So, if you tell everybody what your social media is straight off the bat.
Oh, yeah. Instagram, you can follow me, Jacoby_X, JACOBY_X. Follow me on my fan page on Facebook, Jacoby X Music fan page, and you can go check out my website, JacobyXmusic.com, SoundCloud, Jacoby_X.
And so when you see this interview and you check it out on Connecting the Dots, on Innovative Black Station YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and also follow us CTD_ATL on Instagram. Get that out of the way so we could get to the business.
Shout out them.
Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us. We appreciate you. We have got to get into what's going on. Now, over the last week, it's Black History Month, y'all. We're halfway through, and 2020 has proven to be crazy.
Right.
Already. It was announced this week that, now I'm not sure if it's a funeral or if it's going to be just a public memorial that's going on for Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gigi, and the other, and I think that they're including the others that were killed in the helicopter as well. But that public memorial kind of threw me off. I'm not sure if that's the official funeral, but it was announced it's going to be on 2/24/20, which is a numerically significant day because Kobe's and Gianna's numbers were 2 and 24, and he spent 20 years with the Lakers. So that's the day they decided on. So, I mean, I know everybody is still just in shock.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm
a Lakers fan?
Oh, I'm a Kobe fan. So this really hurt me to my core. I shed a few tears, and I'm still kind of in shock because I don't believe. I always thought Kobe Bryant was invincible.
Immortal, right?
Yeah,
I mean, as immortal as anyone could be.
Yeah, well, I know we know he's a human being,
Right,
and
but he just is supposed to live a long life and carry his legacy. So you also teach, right?
Yes, I'm a middle school teacher. I teach at the Gwinnett School of Autism.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So have you had to talk to any of the kids about it? Have they asked you anything? Have you had to talk to any of the kids about Kobe?
Maybe one of them, because majority of the students that I have, they're nonverbal. So I have 4 nonverbal kids and 2 verbal high functioning students. So one of my kids had asked me, did I see about the famous guy athlete crashing in the helicopter? And I was like, yeah, that's Kobe Bryant, man. And I schooled him a little bit on Kobe Bryant. And then me and my teacher's assistant, we were talking about it, and it was just, it's still a shocking and yet depressing topic to talk about, because he paved the way for a lot of young males, and he just instilled a lot of great morals and values that we can follow.
Absolutely. I mean, I was a Celtics fan for a while, so but Kobe, his just drive, his stamina, his ambition, it was you could not say anything about this guy. I remember one time he was injured. He did not want to get an x-ray. He didn't want to get checked out. He was like, I'm playing. I was like, okay, Kobe, now one of your limbs falls off while you're running up and down the court. But that was just who he was. And I think a lot of people that grew up watching him are going to take that and run with it. You know what I mean? That's a high standard.
Yeah.
So teaching children with autism, I mean, I salute you for that. I know a few of my friends have children that have autism.
Right.
And one of them is going to have their kid tested for autism. So there's a scale, there's a spectrum, right? So the ones you teach are where on this? Do you have to have a specialty? You teach kids that are in different places on the spectrum? Or
Yeah.
is it
it's all of my kids aren't on the same level.
Okay.
My nonverbal students, they're on the same level because we pre-test all the students before at the start of school, and we see where they're at. And also I look at the IEPs for the student, just the records that they have on file. And I just look at how they were taught at the last school and what were their weaknesses and what were their strengths. And I just used that and incorporate it into my lesson. And then also my teacher's assistant, she helps me come up with different ideas because she's been teaching with kids with autism, well, teaching period for longer than I have. But I've been dealing with kids with autism for like 3+ years, so I already knew what type of way I needed to go about teaching them, because at my last job I was the teacher's assistant, and it was different from what I'm at now. It's a little more laid back. The type of students that I deal with are a little more like their aggressiveness and their behaviors aren't as high as the last one.
Wow.
So really, we teaching at the last job I had, we were teaching them, but we really were always on our P's and Q's to watch out for the behaviors. At any minute they can go off. But I just look at their IEPs and their records, and I just really take my time to get to know them, because that's really what it's going to take, because you're going to have to get to know them, what triggers them to get them to do stuff, what they like, what they dislike, and I just use that to my advantage. So one of my students may like gummies, so I come up with a tactic where you get all your work done, or we need some attempts on trying to do this this goal that we need to meet to try to get you better at that. I use that as a tool to get them to want to get into it. It's all the time I don't do that, because sometimes I have to put my foot down, and we got to do this without expecting the reward, but I still like to reward my students, to keep them going, to let them know, I'm here to see you get better, and I'm not just here to just babysit you.
Wow. Well, salute you for that. And you are a dad, so you have to balance a lot here.
Yeah.
So how do you balance all of that? I mean, I'm sure your son, of course, comes first, but
it's really tough sometimes, but I get it done because my son's in Alabama with his mom, because that's where we met. That's where I'm from. I'm from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
And I moved down here for my music, towards July, because I made a decision. I wanted to get out of Alabama and pursue my music, and I did that before I knew she was pregnant. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, you made that step, but you make one step towards your goal, and you could take off at any moment. And I appreciate your grind, because it's hard to say, look, I'm leaving where I'm at in Alabama. Does anybody know a rapper from Alabama? Can you think of one, or anybody?
You got Doe B, rest in peace to him. We got Rich Boy. They got me. They got my partners, Juan Deezy. They got No Cap. He's out of Alabama. It's another young rapper I fuck with. TLE Cinco. He's pretty good. He's on the come up.
I just can't think of anybody.
Yeah, Gucci Mane. Then you got DA.
Gucci Mane is from Alabama? He's not from Atlanta?
He's from Bessemer. Him and TLE Cinco from the same place.
I was today years old when I found out Gucci Mane was not from Atlanta.
And they got a kid from Montgomery named DA. He just signed with Universal.
Okay, Alabama has definitely been put on the map. Why did I think that Gucci Mane was from Atlanta?
He just rep Atlanta a lot, for real. But he's from Bessemer. He said it before in a few of his songs, not many, but some of the ones I heard, he shout out Alabama. So
who did you look up to? Like, who are you influenced by?
Oh, none of my the rappers I'm influenced by from Alabama. I'm a Lil Wayne fanatic. I'm influenced by him tremendously with my music. J. Cole, Rick Ross, and Meek Mill.
Yeah,
those are some.
What about singers? How did you start singing?
That was in the church, because my dad and my mom, they're pastors. So
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was forced to do it in when I was younger. And that's why I really wasn't into music. I was just into sports, playing football and stuff. But my dad seen I had a gift. I could tell, I was pretty good at music. I never really seen music as a way out for me until I thought, thinking about it now, music is played a very intricate part of my life.
Yeah, especially with gospel.
Yeah, and so Jamie Foxx, he's really been an influence.
He's from Texas.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson is my favorite artist of all time. He trumps Lil Wayne.
So I asked if he would sing for us, and he said he's gonna rap for us, which is fine. So I want him to sing a song, just a little bit, and then later you can rap, okay? like a little gospel song, like 1 second, just 1 second, and then I promise we can stop. Just
Right now?
cause it's Sunday.
Okay,
just a little bit. Go ahead.
Like the dew in the morning, let it rest upon my heart. Lord, I want to stray afar. Like the dew in the morning, let it rest upon my heart. Lord, I want to stray afar.
Yes.
That was my song too.
Woo.
I got a gospel album out. I put a gospel album out.
What's the name of the gospel album?
It's called Restoration. It's on every platform: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, everything.
See, I want to get that. I love that. Didn't that sound good, y'all? I felt that. Like, I really felt that. And I think today you really need to follow people that have a gift. And when you sing from your soul, it does something to you. Everybody always talking about vibes and energy, but if you really know vibes and energy, when somebody really has a gift, it's gonna move you in a different way. Like,
right.
It's not gonna be a computerized auto-tune. All that auto-tune voice is not doing anything for you. You grew up listening to Michael Jackson and people that like move you.
Yeah, Michael Jackson gonna move you.
Yeah. So anyway, that is gonna be one of the many avenues that you have. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you should have. So you should don't bury your talents. Like all your talents, put them out there and use them. So
people were looking at me crazy and saying, "You really gonna put out a gospel album? This is gonna do something to you?" And I'm like, bruh.
But I mean,
I'm
why?
I'm making what I want to make.
But I mean, why? That's like, saying if somebody is like any religion, not expressing it, and that's who you are.
Yeah.
Don't you want to know what you're listening to when you listen to these artists, like what kind of person they are, where they're coming from?
I'm just talking about life experiences, and I'm just not cursing in the songs, and it's just more about talking a little more about God.
Yeah, you don't have to be ashamed of that. Like when you are out in the world, at some point, everybody needs to have something that's gonna anchor their soul. So push that too.
Yeah,
I like that.
We definitely pushing it.
Another thing that happened this week. And y'all, Trump got acquitted. It just so happened that I was in D.C., so I took a trip to the state capitol building. And I was just walking around, and I was like, wow, there's not that many people out here. I was surprised because if you go to any other country in a time like this and the president is lying and doing shit like that, like they in the street, it's like, they burn this shit down. I'm like, wow. So I ran into these ladies, salute to them. They were part of a group of protesters that were out there protesting, maybe 15 at the most or whatever. And they were just out there like really, really, really talking. It moved me because I'm like, why are you guys the only ones out here? And I was like, look, I'm glad that what you're doing because you're one person, you're two people, but you're representing thousands of people back at home or wherever they are that would just love to be out and scream at the top of their lungs like, what are y'all doing? So he got acquitted. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. That guy's
Did you
crazy.
care?
I mean, I care, but at a sense, I don't because, as much as we look at it, us as a black people still have to come together as a people and get this stuff done that we need done on our own.
In our communities.
In our community and on our own because one man is not going to decide our fate. We have the control over our lives and what we bring into our community and what we're taking from our community. We just got to make the right moves and the right decisions because, a lot of people get distracted by a lot of things and they get taken away from the goal and the task that's really at hand and they get blinded by all this materialistic stuff and all the other stuff that's distracting us for what we really need to have going on. I feel like it's a distraction, really.
If we weren't who we were as people in this country, it wouldn't bother me because I'm just like, whatever, we got it, we got each other, I'm my neighbors, da. But the way I see it now is like there's so much division, and he's like really, really fueling that division. Yeah. And if there's no one that says, okay, stop, there's got to be some morality, there's got to be somebody that makes good judgment and not do stuff that's like threatening our national security. But that's who we have, and I think that. Because now that we see it was really like the House and the Senate that ultimately had the decision. And those are the people that we voted for. Those are the local people for your state that you put up there. And like, if they could do that, they could do anything. And I think that's what makes me nervous. For example, one of the things that is going on here locally, not locally in Georgia, but just, on our level, is this prisons in Mississippi. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. So the Mississippi, Jay-Z and a few other people they went and filed a lawsuit against Mississippi prison system with the feds. Okay. So recently the feds agreed to investigate the Mississippi prison system. But the Department of Justice is that's the federal level that would investigate the prison system. And that's run by, the Department of Justice is run by a Trump appointee. Like, you see what I mean? Like, we think like Bill Barr is the person over the judicial system. And so when you think about it, it still affects us in some kind of way at some point. So we always try to keep people up on what's going on. So that's what's going on. That's what happened. Jay-Z sued the head of the Mississippi Department of Correction and the warden for the state penitentiary on behalf of 29 prisoners who said that they had done nothing to stop the violence that's been going on inside the prisons. I don't know if you guys seen that. A lot of people have posted and advocated for the Mississippi prison system. A lot of like rappers and influential people have made awareness about it, so they're gonna get stuff done. But we still gotta make sure that the people that are investigating the people, like somebody gotta have our best interest at heart. Because if you think about it, the way they railroad people into prison nowadays, like I would be more likely to, advocate for a prisoner because any one of my brothers or sisters could be arrested and sent to prison for some bullshit. So I want to make sure that if that was the case, that the voice is out here and that something is done. So I think we got to pay attention to who's on every level of the government.
Definitely. We just can't focus on the president. Yeah, he's making dumb mistakes and he's just being blatant.
He's misrepresenting.
Yeah, he's misrepresenting the whole country right now. And but we also got, like you said, we also got to be focused on the people who's also that make the decisions for him.
So let's be real, y'all. I mean, like you said, it is on our level or whatever. You're from Mississippi. I mean, Alabama. Sorry. I know what you mean. But you're from Alabama. You know that he might really be representing what people really think. The racism and the hatred and the...
Like I always said about these presidents, all of these presidents are racist. To me, they were, because he's just the most blatant one out there,
right?
That's doing it, and it's always been done discreetly.
And he's just blatant.
He just blatant. I feel like I could respect him more because he's being flat out with it. I know he don't like me. I know he's not doing anything in the best interest of me. I know he's doing all this stuff to rev up people's emotions and bringing up the hatred up out of them, and he's just making it okay for them to do, because that's where we at in this generation now. Right. So I mean, to me, during times like this and in the past, what it has done for us as Black people is it's brought us together. You know what I mean? I feel like there was more unity in the community when there was more struggle in the community. And I think that so many people are put on pedestals because they have money and not necessarily because they're representing the people. Right.
You know what I mean? So, because...
The thing is this, though, because like you just say, it was unity when it was struggle. Like, why we had to struggle...
Yeah,
like
we don't have to. It just seems like that's what it was. We shouldn't.
Even as I guess Black people and even people that gravitate to our culture, everybody's so fascinated with struggling. Like, why is struggling cool? Like, why do we glorify struggling? Like, it's people that want to struggle. Like, it always kills me when, like, the Dominicans and Spanish people, they want to say, "Oh, I'm Black too. This and this. I'm a part of their struggle too." Like, why do you want to be a part of that struggle? Like,
because we've made it so glamorous. We're so magic. We're so dope. After all of that, we still just
because
on
it's
the
like
shit.
when somebody do become successful, now we turning our back on them. We calling them sellouts, and it's like, okay, how we gonna ever get ahead if everybody struggling?
Yeah,
if we all in the crabs in the barrel, like we all at the bottom, like how are we gonna get ahead? I just feel like we need to change that narrative.
Yeah, we got to really change that narrative, because like I feel like it's a reprogramming we need to do to our minds.
I think that what people do is once somebody gets to a certain position, they start to idol worship them. Like, they turn their back on everything that's going on, and they're just like focused on this person that has done so much and has gotten to this position, and they just fan out, and all of a sudden they just forget what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just think that too much, like, we celebrate so many people, like too many people. I can't understand that. And I say that to say that during times like this, when we feel like the powers that be are getting stronger against the forces against us, we should be pulling together. Mm-hmm. We should have more community shit going on. But that's not what happened, because this week everybody was mad at Gayle King because of what she did in her interview with Lisa Leslie. Right. And I know you guys heard about that. You heard what Snoop did, and you heard Bill Cosby. So if you don't know, Gayle King did an interview with Lisa Leslie, and what happened was, she, during the course of the interview, asked her if she thinks that the legacy of Kobe Bryant will somehow get, I don't know, tainted because of the rape accusation. And Lisa Leslie was very classy, and she said, I do not. I know Kobe. He wasn't that guy. I've been in clubs with him. I've done these things with him, and I've never seen him. And she doubled down like, well, don't you think as a woman? And she was just like, no. So everybody was like, wow. Now, not to mention the fact that, you know, after Oprah did the thing about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, and then she was doing another one with Russell Simmons, like, everybody now is sick of it. Like, okay, what's up with these two? Why are they always on some shit, like, to bring out and entertain people with a negative story about a black man? So Snoop Dogg came out and called her all kind of dog-faced bitches, and everybody just all week. And I was just like, wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was inappropriate to me.
I mean,
it was definitely inappropriate.
They were going off on her like, I get it, what she did was wrong and it was inappropriate, and this kind of like raise your eyebrow, like, what are these two up to? Are they really like a part of the system or whatever? Mm-hmm. I get that. But man, then Bill Cosby now. I didn't even think y'all fucked with Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby told y'all to pull y'all pants up and stop speaking slang, and, you know, stop being out here acting like idiots, and your kids are watching you, and now your kids are out here acting crazy. He went, and then everybody stopped fucking with Bill Cosby. So when Bill Cosby was going through his go-through, everybody was just like, oh, well, Bill, you're on your own. So he wrote from jail, kind of like congratulating Snoop, like, yes, Snoop, I'm glad you did that, which, that shit was totally bizarre to me. Not what was his name on the Cosby Show? Not the father.
Cliff.
Not Cliff Huxtable. Not Claire's husband. I was just like, wow. I think that was a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, she was wrong. Do something else. Say something else. But they've been dragging sis all up and down the internet timeline all week. That was just,
I mean, like, it's just clear. Like, you can kind of clearly see there's some type of agenda that's going on here or something. It can't be much of a coincidence, because every instance that's coming up about a black man that's dealt with negativity, they've had a hand in it somewhat. So.
The girl that actually did to me, lying. I don't know how old y'all are, but if you were old enough back then to keep up with social,
I remember.
to keep up with what was going on, the girl that accused Kobe, Caitlin Faber. Now, nobody's mentioned her name all week. Ain't nobody said nothing about this girl that lied. I don't know if y'all remember this, but she, her friends even were going to testify against her, because her friends were saying that she used to walk around telling people how she's going to get with somebody and get a breast augmentation and buy somebody a koala. She was trying to do it to Eminem, allegedly, according to the stories back then. Mm-hmm. She was going to testify. She never testified. When she went to the hospital to do her rape kit, she couldn't submit her sample because there was semen from other men in her drawers. Like, it was just a disgust. At the end of the whole thing, it was just so full of shit, this girl. She ended up having to go to rehab. It was just like so full of shit. The story she told and how it went down. And then we come out and her friends are telling her dirt. Nobody's talking about that, though. Mm-hmm. No, this girl is somewhere probably minding her business after she started this lie, and now has everybody arguing and cussing each other out, and she's just chilling like,
like some Rosewood shit, like the movie Rosewood.
Like you just watching the burn down of the whole Black Twitter from somewhere in Colorado after you lied on this man 17 years ago. Had Vanessa, they already had the divorce paper signed. They had broken up for like 2 years after that. Remember when they was like she wasn't with him shooting in the gym?
Yeah.
That's where that came from. Because she had got all the stuff. She got all that. She got 3 homes, like 70-something%. It was a mess. Thank God they got together. Thank God he retired. Thank God he was able to spend this time with his family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before he died. But it's a mess. And this girl that actually started all this shit, no one's mentioned her story or her situation anywhere all
should be
week.
interviewing her or something.
Hello?
I mean, I don't think that it should even be brought up.
It shouldn't even be brought up.
really.
It shouldn't even be brought up. It was a messy thing
Like, it's like
17 years ago.
even what you saying that that he was innocent. He was found innocent, right?
Yeah.
It was
why
it was
is that-
dropped
so
because
why
no
is
one
it
they
being-
had no
it's
evidence.
like,
They
why
had
is
no
it being brought up
testimony.
in this interview. And secondly, why is it a black woman bringing it up?
You feel me?
Out of
Yeah.
all people, like we don't even hear these white reporters talking about this. I don't anymore.
But
I
that's
haven't
because
seen any.
it was an acquittal. Number one, it was like, of course, the white people aren't going to talk about it because it makes her look like trash.
No, but I'm saying they're not bringing it up even to bash Kobe.
Yeah.
Like she's bringing that up to bash
No,
Kobe.
I've seen. No, there was a teacher that got fired, and there's been people that have gotten suspended in the media for saying stuff about Kobe.
Oh, these folks out here tripping. I need to just let my dog rest in peace. The interview shouldn't. The question shouldn't have been brought up in the interview, and there wouldn't be all of this mess going on.
Right.
But I did hear about the teacher that she got. No, I think she got suspended or something.
I'm looking right now.
Definitely think.
Yeah, it says LA teacher calls Kobe Bryant a horrible person and a rapist hours after he dies in a crash. School officials are urging increased sensitivities on campus at East Los Angeles High School after a video surfaced of a teacher calling Kobe Bryant a horrible person. James A. Garfield High School, where 14-year-old student says a band teacher, Brian Bailey, made the comments during a 4-minute rant in which he's here making disparaging comments about Kobe Bryant. Like, there was a bunch of them.
What are they gaining from that though? Like, what are you gaining?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you would have to be young as hell and unaware of the fact that this man was acquitted. It was dismissed because of the girl being with other men during that window, because she was heard telling people she was trying to milk somebody to get some breast implants, because she was talking about she wanted to do the same thing to Eminem. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know all that, then you're just gonna run with,
And the media knows that.
But that's what I'm saying. Gayle King is 65 years old. She was well old enough and aware, and they were famous then. She was still Oprah Winfrey then, for her to know exactly what happened in the details of that case and not to bring it up.
And I feel like that's why Snoop did what they did, because like
You know what happened.
You're a reporter.
But nobody is saying that though. Like, say why. My philosophy is insults don't win arguments, facts win arguments. I say this to everybody all the time, because as soon as something happens, if you think that you're gonna stop what's going on with Trump, because you get on Twitter and call him an orange Cheeto, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Tell somebody that he did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then maybe you'll spark somebody's mind, like, yo, I need to do what I need to do to be against this person. It wouldn't have been nothing for Snoop to be like, okay, bitch, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, the girl was this and the girl was that. But no, he didn't do that. He just called her out all kind of whatever for nothing. Just because.
Yeah, he did go in. I'm not for the name calling as well.
I mean, I
but,
get
like,
it that you're mad and you want to call her name, but do it with a purpose. Like, do it and say because he was acquitted, and he was acquitted because blah, 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 blah. Like, to me, the girl that lied and did all this in the first place has, like, she's skating. Like, ain't nobody saying that about me. I'm done with, you know what I mean? I just fucked up a whole bunch of shit, but
she basically seen it as, shoot, the heat off her. It's on Gayle now for her accusations.
Right, for now, until people wake up. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll wake up. But still, though, Gayle, she needs to be held accountable for her actions, because I still feel like we wouldn't even have this problem if she
didn't even apologize. She just came out and she said, well, the clip that they put. And if
Like,
I
you
were
still
you, I would have
asked
been
it.
mad at me too, type shit. Like, it was their fault. Blah,
The
blah,
whole
blah.
interview, you look like you did the whole interview. You asked that question during the interview. She wanted to make it seem like it was like off the record type. Like, lady, the whole camera said it's still on the set. The lighting still looking good, and you still asked the question.
Yeah.
So they're gonna put it on there, and you probably knew they were gonna put it on there anyway.
Yeah. So the Super Bowl was last week, and the Kansas City Chiefs won, right?
That's what I heard.
Was that? Do you like them?
I'm not really.
Do you watch football?
Not really. I used to play football, but I don't really watch it as much because I only watched it when some of my partners was playing. But I'm finna start back watching it. One of my young partners, he just signed with the Raiders. My boy Derek Moncrief, boo man. So shout out my boy. So I guess I'm a Raiders fan right now. So, but I caught some glimpses of the game. I did watch the game though. I watched a little bit of it.
So, J-Lo and Shakira performed, and people were talking shit about that too. I mean, I think they did a good job. I'm not gonna say it was the best because I'm just not into them like that. I don't listen to that. And Shakira was singing songs from back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay, they did
They look
great.
good.
Oh my God, J-Lo looks. First of all, can you remember J-Lo was 50 years old?
Yeah. I want J-Lo.
J-Lo looks damn good. She did the damn thing. Like, shout out to team over 35. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, fuck it, I'm out here. She was on the pole. She was doing it all.
Yeah,
so
she
that
was
was
doing her
good.
thing.
I don't know how it ranked because I don't know how popular those teams are.
The halftime show. I think it was the most watched halftime show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Damn.
about like 30-something million.
Ooh.
Wow.
The ratings anyway. It was the
Trying to
top
see that
rated
shaking.
halftime show,
Them
yeah.
two.
So those two teams, though, aren't really popular, right? I mean, I don't know any.
Kansas City and the 49ers.
Oh, the 49ers are pretty popular, right?
Yeah,
They've been close to the Super Bowl recently.
And Kansas City, they haven't been to the Super Bowl in a long time, so them going to this one was like and winning was a really like a huge achievement. So it might have been like talked about around like the NFL Network, around people who like really watch football.
So one of the commercials that was on was, did you see it? Botham Jeans Family, a part of the Reform initiative that the NFL teamed up with Jay-Z about.
No, I haven't seen that one. I
Okay,
ain't catch that
well,
one.
they have a commercial out and they are showing Botham Jean's family and, you know, the police and, you know, saying we have to come together, and it shows the brother hugging the cop.
Mm-hmm.
And there also another ad that ran was the lady that President Trump granted clemency to.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a part of his commercial. She was a part of Trump 2020 commercial. The lady that Kim Kardashian got out of jail.
What's her name?
I forgot. Let me look it up.
Was it that Antonia girl, that light skin?
No,
I'm about to
not
say,
her.
Please, not her. I want her in the Trump 2020 video.
No. Let me see. What was her name? She was an older lady, an older black lady. Her name is, I think, Marie Johnson or something like that. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I did hear a lot about her. They had
Alice
some black
Marie
folks.
Johnson. That's her name.
They had some black folks in Trump commercials, huh?
Yeah. But they know what to do and who to do it for because it was the Super Bowl. Yeah.
I don't care how many black people he put in his commercials. It doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me.
After becoming the face of prison reform, Alice Marie Johnson is now the star of an $11 million Super Bowl ad paid for by President Trump's re-election campaign. The great-grandmother, once sentenced to a lifetime behind bars for nonviolent drug charges, tweeted during the big game as the Kansas City Chiefs took on San Francisco 49ers with the ad attached. 2 Super Bowls ago, I was sitting in prison cell. Today, I am free woman, and my story was featured in the Super Bowl ad. I will spend the rest of my life fighting for the worthy and unjustly convicted. God bless America. That's what she said.
I mean, I'm glad she's out, but if you're condoning Trump, then yeah.
I mean, but
it's a no for
you
me,
know,
dog.
one will argue. You know, he's letting some people out. He's not granting them clemency like Trump did. Like, clemency is like purged off your record. You don't. No one knows you were in jail. You're done. No one can bring it up. It's covered up. But these people, I think they just got out. Like, they still could go back to jail and be like, yo, you had a charge back in the day, so like you going back again, right?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. He's trying to throw little trinkets out there to attract black voters.
Yeah,
which
he's trying to draw them in a little bit.
he won with only 8% of the black vote before. So I mean, he ain't got to do much like to keep those 8% happy. I know he probably could use a little more because I'm sure he's lost support by now. But whatever. So I wanted to talk about when you write your songs. Where do you get your inspiration from? Like, I know when you write your gospel songs, obviously where you get your inspiration from. But when you take your life experiences to write your raps, how does that process work? Is it like, yo, I'm pissed off, I gotta write, or yo, I just saw this beautiful woman, let me write this song? Like, what is your inspiration?
Some instances it's like that, it all varies. But sometimes I can see a word word while I'm like driving or walking like on a sign or something, and I'm like, oh damn, let me try to make a chorus pertaining to that, or like you said, or I'm pissed off, or I'm dealing with something. It varies with every type of situation I'm going through. It'll put me in the mood to write something. I could be feeling happy, and really all I got to do is just get a beat, and if that beat put me in that mood, like, oh, once I start doing that, I'm like, oh yeah, first I need to start coming up with the melody. So I'm trying to come up with the melody. I'm trying to find out what tone I can get in that'll sound good, and then I start to put some words, and I start humming some words, and then just continue working on that. And then if it's really coming to me, the chorus will be done so quick. Like, I know the fastest I've written the chorus, you probably won't believe me, I've written the chorus in like 3 seconds. Like, that's the fastest I've written.
So who produces it for you? Do you do any production?
No, I got a few producers. My youngest cousin, his name Verante Walker, he go by V the Great Beats. He produces the majority of my music, and I have another producer, Cameron Porter. He produced a few tracks on my album and my gospel album, my rap album and my gospel album this past year I just dropped. My partner AJ, who's right here filming me, we've been working on some production. He's been making some beats as well for me. And really, my cousin is the only person that really makes majority of my beats. But
so how would you describe your style? Like, if somebody is like, who is this dude? Like, who would you say, like, what lane you're in? It could be anybody.
I feel like I'm in my own lane because, like, I found my sound. I've found my sound, and a lot of people have told me I found my sound, and because I make music that like people can actually really relate to. Like, it can be a different sound. Like, I can make some like pop R&B mixed with rap all together in one, and I can have the hardest trap dude, a nigga from the streets, bumping that shit like that. I've been told that with my gospel album. People who don't even listen to gospel, they tell me that's a great gospel album from all the way through. But I've been told that like I get like J. Cole and Wale vibes and Kendrick vibes.
When you heard Kanye's gospel album, what did you think about it?
I didn't listen to all of it. I listened to a few of them. I thought they were gonna be like his Sunday church thing. I thought them songs were gonna be like that. I was like, then I would have definitely been wanting to get that album. But I heard some of it. It was cool. It was straight.
I don't know.
He had one of them. He had that
one of the songs.
Genuine song on there.
Yeah, I think I heard that
So
one.
Anxious.
Yeah, I fuck with that
church
one.
was on there. I think so.
I wish the whole album was like them remixed versions of church songs he did.
I want to know how that is for like licensing.
Yeah, he probably had to go through a lot to get those licensing for them songs and them like the melodies and the tones and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't want him to have to go through what Pharrell went through.
What he went through?
You know that he was getting
Happy?
Sued. Yeah. No, not even Happy. It was the song with him and Old Boy. Remember Marvin Gaye's family sued them?
Wasn't that Happy?
No. Was it?
Yeah.
No, Blurred Lines.
Oh, okay. What he got with Robin Thicke?
Yeah. It was Blurred Lines. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know what the game has changed as far as that goes. People really want their money. So you got to have good producers that really could like pull some of those strings and make those sounds and those chords come together.
Yeah, I've been looking for different sounds from different producers while I've been down here, but mainly my boy, my little cousin, he my go-to man.
Is he in Alabama?
No, he stay in North Carolina, so but he just send me the beats when I need him. So he's a great producer. That boy he has come a long way, because I remember he used to try to send me beats when he first started. Trash. I'm sorry.
Oh my
and
God.
he know they were trash, because he know I wasn't getting on him when he emailed them to me. I don't email no song back. I don't even
Oh,
tell him.
wow.
I don't even tell him I heard.
You just leave him on red?
I ain't tell him I heard him or nothing like that. I just tell him to keep working, and he knows, because he can go back and tell you. He can even tell you like, yo, my beats were trash, but he knew that's where he had to start from. And then when he finally sent me one on one of my singles from my first album, Trash Rappers, when he sent that one, he hasn't had a bad beat. I haven't had a bad beat sent to me from him at all. And I tell him every day he's a great producer.
Do you think it has more to do with like, because you saying ever since you sent the one that you connected with, all the beats been good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like y'all done found y'all sound?
Yeah.
And then how do you feel about like an artist just having that producer? Because you know Lil Wayne was Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
And nowadays we don't really have that. I mean, you know, the baby got the
That
Jetson
connection,
dude.
that partnership.
But how do you feel about just having that one producer and just having them, you know, knowing your sound?
I feel like we found our sound really, and but it's really not one track though, because he can send. I can get on anything. I feel like I'm not being cocky or arrogant or anything. I can get on anything, and as long as I'm feeling it, I'm gonna make a great song out of it. Thanking the God who give me the ability to do so. But it's definitely important to have that artist and producer relationship, because they know what vibe you're going for. They know what works for you. But I just get him to send me so much, whatever variety he been working on, whatever he's feeling. I don't care if it sounds like some rock and roll. I don't care if it sounds like some pop. I don't care if it sounds like some R&B, some church. Send it to me. I'm gonna put my spin on it, and I'm gonna make it able for you to listen to and to love, and something catchy. And it's gonna have some great vocals on it. It's gonna have some great rhymes on it. But yeah, that artist and producer relationship, you have to have that, and having multiple ones is okay for real, because it's okay to collab and network with other producers, because they might bring out another side of you that you weren't getting from your other producer. So
what's your base? Where's your fan base? Is your fan base in Alabama? Like, what's your core support come from?
It's really all over, but yeah, Alabama, mainly my Tuskegee family, but that comes from like a plethora of people from different places.
Yeah.
Like in Cali, Atlanta, Minnesota. I got somebody in Egypt that I follow, that I know, that folks with my music. But mainly Alabama and Atlanta, and my shit getting played in Cali and Minnesota a lot too.
Nice.
So
do you like doing live shows?
Yeah, I definitely like doing live shows.
When is your next show? Do you know?
I don't have one at the moment. Right now we
gonna get you one.
Yeah. definitely got to get more. Definitely got to get more, because that's my whole key goal out here, to get my face out there and get people to know me. That's why I'm doing a lot of platforms like this, which is great for me.
Yeah, that's great.
Because this like my second or third interview this month, and promote my music. So this is my whole goal, just to get more networking and get people to see me out here right now, because don't nobody know me yet, but they finna know me though.
Right.
So,
Right.
So what are you doing to, I guess, to separate yourself? Because good music, that's cool nowadays. Like that used to be the number one thing, but that's kind of like secondary or even third nowadays. Like, so what are you doing? And then you're in Atlanta, so it's saturated.
Yeah.
Everybody's an artist. You can walk down the street, you're gonna run into 10 artists. Talk to 10 people, everybody's an artist. So what are you doing to separate yourself and to make your brand, build your brand?
Like with the gospel album, I feel like a lot of rappers, especially down here and especially in Alabama, they're not doing both genres. I'm tackling two lanes at the same time, and it's great music, and I haven't lost any fan base, young or old, despite that I'm rapping about this on one end, and I'm rapping and singing about this on another end. So I don't see a lot of rappers really tapping into their spiritual side, as the making music. It's just, a lot of people, I see a lot of people down out here that's just looking at music as like get rich quick scheme or
Yeah.
hitting a lick and not really putting they all into it. I know, it only takes one. I'm well aware of that. It only takes one. But if I'm hitting both the gospel and the rap sector, it's a toss up with either one can go.
But I think still like your focus is just music. Like what are you doing like to build your brand? Like because again everybody's making music. I know a lot of people that make good music, but the brand is not there.
Yeah.
Like I take for example, like Crit, he's on, but I feel like Crit should be bigger. But his main focus is music. Like he makes great music, but he's not that global or that icon. Like I feel like he could be, just because he don't have that brand, that persona. Sometimes it be a lot of bullshit that go, a lot of antics that blow people up. So what are you doing different? Like what do you do outside of music to help your brand?
Oh yeah. Well, like with my job dealing with teaching, I work closely with my kids and with my music as well. I get them in tune to my music. I also have a show that I've just started up called Black Business Bars, where I go into black businesses and we have like sit down discussions such as this, and I interview them about their business and other certain topics. And at the end of the interview, I perform in their establishment. So that allows
that's nice.
that allows me to promote them on my platform and allow the people to get to know them and possibly want to come interact and shop with them, whatever they have going on. And that builds their brand up while building my brand up. So like at the end of my performances, I get all the people that are in the establishments to follow my social accounts and stuff like that.
That's a good marketing strategy.
Yeah, and I'm not charging anybody nothing. So we doing barbershops, we doing hair salons. If you sell mink lashes, wherever you do your business at, we gonna come there, interview you, and then at the end I perform. And that's just for me. The ending is for me, but like the interview and everything else, that's for the person that's our guest. We're trying to cater to them and service them and allow them to have just a good platform, because I have a nice following on my Facebook, my Instagram, and on my other platforms where I'm able to help other people out to get their businesses or their brands going however way I can. And then that's also for me to get my thing going on their end, because I send them the footage, like, and allow them to promote how they want to promote. But I'm definitely I promote on all my social accounts. So everything that's pertaining to me,
it's a barter thing.
It's going to be everywhere. So
that's good.
Their interview is going to be on my platform. So people who follow me can go see what I'm talking about on there. Or my performances will be on their platforms. So they'll be able to go see. So it's just really just me. I'm going to different businesses and, shedding light on them. Shedding light on those black businesses while being able to showcase my talents and to gain a fan base, and it allows the people to see what type of genuine and what type of passionate artist I am, and I'm not in it for like the wrong reasons. I'm really in this to get people to see who I am as a person and as a man, and opposed to an artist, because they know I can make great music. They just need to know what type of character I have.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. So you have your team with you.
Yeah, I got my dog with me. My dog, AJ.
Are you from Alabama too?
From like near Savannah area.
Oh, you're from Georgia?
Yes, ma'am. It's Hinesville.
So how different is Atlanta from where you're from? Is it like really different?
It's just, the traffic. Hell, I don't like that. It ain't. It's not too different. It's just a little more businesses out here, bigger buildings and stuff. So, and it's a little faster, but I can adjust to that. But the only thing I don't like about it is the traffic. That's it.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's it. But in order a place where I can build a brand and get my music going, then I'm in the right place. Alabama, it has great artists, but it's just not too much opportunity down there to get your music fully off the ground, because like it's hectic down there.
So are you gonna represent Atlanta like Gucci Mane?
Oh no, I'm repping Alabama. Even though if I don't make it out of Alabama, wherever I make it, I'm repping Alabama to the death. I'm gonna show my respects to Atlanta because I fuck with Atlanta. A lot of people that listen to my music is down here, and it's been good to me. I haven't had no Nothing bad down here, thank God.
So as a part of the, are you guys a part of like the public school system where you teach at?
We're a part of the Gwinnett school system.
So this is something else that happened this week that I wanted to touch on really quick. Brian Kemp and the state superintendent announced legislation to cut 5 mandatory standardized tests for public school students. They're also proposing to cut the length of state tests. They're saying that the teachers complain about having to prepare their students for state exams, so they really don't get to teach them what they want to teach them in their curriculum because they're so busy getting the students really ready for testing. They're also going to put more money into vocational schools and trade schools.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't have a problem with like the trade schools because nowadays, like, back in the day, people didn't really look at trade school as a great choice.
No, you had to go to trade school because you had to have a trade because you had to like do what you had to do for your family on your own. Like, you know, it was probably a better option for you to make money as opposed to going away to.
And I don't feel like they should be focusing on testing as much for real because I really feel like the kids need to really gain knowledge on things that they really need to know instead of stuff trying to prepare them remember formulas or remember things that they need to know for a test. You're not learning nothing. You just drilling information into somebody's head.
I didn't know that they had so many standardized tests. I'm not for as many standardized tests, but maybe just like one, because I just want to know how you measure the standard of the students in different states in order to know that your students in this country are competitive globally or competitive nationally. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like they're pushing people from Georgia to go to like trade schools, and now there's a bunch of like, you know, plumbers or electricians or whatever here in Georgia, whereas everywhere else they're training their kids to like be computer analysts and stuff like that. I don't know. But we'll see how it is. I just thought, I know a lot of teachers are against it because they say they are always having to prepare their kids for these tests like all year long, so they really never get to teach them anything. All right, so we're going to wrap it up, but I know that I want to hear some more from you. We had some singing and we're going to have some rapping.
Oh.
I got the beat on my phone, I think. So y'all want to hear it? What's the name of the song? Are you freestyling?
Yeah, I'm freestyling off that. What's that Future and Drake song? Life's Good.
Future and Drake?
Life's Good.
I know that song. All right, let me see. I'm gonna make it play. I don't want it to
Is it
mess.
Bluetooth on?
Yeah, it's on. All right.
One can listen and interpret something totally different. So it's imperative I give it to him with some limits. I'm only making sudden movements if it's about them digits or liberating all the masses with the darker pigments. Bodies beating, minds are shifting to an overload. How we expect to find ourselves and have a stolen soul. How we expect to play our part but we don't know the role. We so relentless for them scraps, we at the totem pole. I now your blanket, I'm truly sorry that you had to live this. I pray your spirit travels on and truly haunts the witness. When it's concerning all our children, then we got to end this. It ain't no, I ain't getting involved, man, this ain't my business. Until it's can you make a call, man, my baby missing. Until it's God, he got it all, I just pray she living.
All right.
It's all good, we gonna get it back.
I think what happened was it had turned off.
One can listen and interpret something totally different. So it's imperative I give it to him with some limits. I'm only making sudden movements if it's about them digits or liberating all the masses with the darker pigments. Bodies beating, minds are shifting to an overload. How we expect to find ourselves and have a stolen soul. How we expect to play our part but we don't know the role. We so relentless for them scraps, we at the totem pole. Anaya Blanket, I'm truly sorry that you had to live this. I pray your spirit travels on and truly haunts the witness. When it's concerning all our children, then we got to end this. It ain't no, I ain't getting involved, man, this ain't my business. Until it's can you make a call, man, my baby missing. Until it's God, he got it all, I just pray she living. Now you rushing to the morgue, say they got descriptions. Say it really fit your baby, so that make you live it. Coroner ain't looking happy, so your pupils drenching. Now you gotta tell your family that the search is ending. Accountability for a good cause, man, it's really vital. Cause our women, they vanishing off. Ain't nobody moving, cops is capping, them stories is off. Can you tell the truth? Cause I don't see it, they building a wall. Gotta raise my son to stand for right, if you front then you fall. Gotta teach them women are respected, protecting them all. Devils getting dirty, everybody just grab them a stall. Leave them speaking Span, I wanna see my reflection in all. I ain't talking toys, but R.I.P. to that heavenly doll. Young Camille, we love you, so let's send it, you having a ball. away from this evil. All I'm seeing is hell on earth. Made me wanna second guess a little shawty having this birth. Well aware prices paid when you rolling the dices, man. So I'm armed up for my seed and I come with the tightest same. I ain't done. Sit a bit drenched, fresh on my body. I got a new sense to give up the pork. Is my fast for the link. Got to lend out my hand to them babies in Flint. Pay my own dues like this shit was so rich. So my dog, if you rockin', just hop off the fence. I'm about as real as this shit is gon' get. Snatch up this cash like this shit was a pit. No oodles and noodles, but we had it hard. Like the you weight that be heavy as law. Check on my temple, this shit let me scar. My dog got the green in the bay, throw it far. Shawty that body some clay, I'ma call. Before I take L's from the fake, I'ma star. My flow on Verizon, I'm heavy with bars. Try and hold all this pain, I'ma bust all the jaws. Quick to forget, but no, we ain't forgetting. Number one fight when niggas get to slipping. I pray it can break my niggas out of prison, dismantle the system in they prohibition. Not on the scene, you niggas always missing the point guard of life. The niggas always giving. Smell of the taking, niggas always whiffing. But facing the king, I see they body flinching. Ball in the fourth, the win, I'm always clinching. I hold on this weight, so niggas always lifting the beat. I'm a whip, sometimes you catch me drifting. My shoulders got chips, never let them dip it. I've been solid like the asphalt, fighting demons with the mask off, putting on to get the pass off. Headband like I'm Randolph. See, I've been stressing on my walk with God. My conclusion, I've been living hard, smoking, chilling, fucking hella bitches. Man, this shit is ignorant and there's no facade. Don't take my story as a crying sob, cause I'ma take it like a open live. Yeah, I'ma duck it to the pits of hell. The devil working like a fucking job. One my spirit try to up and rob. Couple shorties wanna suck the knob, but I'm jiggy, I'ma stay a snob. All distractions, I'ma weave and bob. Know they pissing, I ain't talking rob. Hit my haters that I know the mob. Never geeking when I drop through Cobb. Lit this music, cut this shit my job. Just know my conclusion, I said no confusion. I'm living my best life, just started grooving. I told my demons my force is way strong and I'm having this shit and I don't have to move you. Leave it to God, yeah, the karma gon' do you. No, it's no pressure, don't know what you been through, but don't give a fuck. I'm just showing I'm peaceful and won't be deceitful. That's using your mental. Yeah, yeah, it be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
Could you understand me?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. You can understand him. The breath control, the delivery, everything is there. Like, I wouldn't change a thing.
Thank you.
Do you be dancing too?
I can.
Or you just got
dance.
like a diddy bop going on?
I can dance, but like I ain't.
You not.
I haven't nurtured my gift like I should have, so it's not as crisp as I used to be.
It's all good. It's all good.
But if I get some choreography and some practice from somebody, I definitely can do it.
You know, that comes on the production phase. Well, everything is laid. I definitely would want to hear more from you. Tell everybody again where your social media handles are.
You can find me on Instagram, Jacoby_X, JACOBY. Follow my YouTube channel, Jacoby Browder, JACOBYBROWDER. Jacoby X Music fan page on Facebook, SoundCloud, Jacoby_X, same as my Instagram. Y'all fuck with me. Follow me on Spotify, Apple Music. Go get my albums, Unapologetically Me, Fake Vibes, and Restoration. All 3 albums on every platform. I got 4 mixtapes out as well.
Ooh, he is on his grind.
The Chosen One, 1 through 3.
Definitely on his grind.
And RP my nigga Kobe. I had my other mixtape, The Black Mamba. It's on Dat Piff, Spotify, Spinrilla. Go grab that. Go grab all that.
And we hope that you come back and see us.
Thank you to Connecting the Dots, Black Innovation Station.
Yeah, Innovative Black Station. We are here.
My bad.
No, people, it's all good. So Innovative Black Station, make sure you check us out, innovativeblackstation.com. Also, we are on social media, CTD_ATL and Innovative Black Station on all platforms. Make sure that you check Jacoby out. And make sure that you check us out. And when you get to be like this big person, don't forget to come back and talk to us about the steps it took and how you got there, and let us know what's going on with the students and your son and everything else. So thank you for watching, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. You can check us out on all platforms. If you have Apple, we're on Apple Podcasts. If you are on Google, we are on Google Play. And you can watch us on YouTube and all all podcast platforms. I always mix that up. Anyway, check me out too. You can follow me on Twitter at Kymmy Coco with a Y. So we will see you next week, and we have a dope interview next week, and so we will see you soon. Peace.